Hello Pokemon fans, this is ProPokeNoob back today to bring you a couple of battles, not just one, two. Today I'm going to bring you a doubleheader. I'm going to be watching the time. Hopefully I can get this into one video. This 15 minutes thing is really killing me, can you tell? So if I can get into one video, awesome. If not, I'll do a two-parter. I know it will definitely work because these are just ASOFT recordings, so they're not going to be too bulky for my internet to handle. And plus, my internet usage just turned over yesterday, so I have my full 25 gigs to spread all the love of Pokemon battling and everything like that to you guys. Nonetheless, the doubleheader that I'm going to be bringing you today is Double Uber's match against Tyrfing, my buddy. This is going to serve kind of as an example of learning those teams that you play. So, you know, after when you play the same team over and over again, you kind of learn how it works. Well, I'm pretty sure this was the third and fourth match that we had in the same night in a row. So, or the first and the third match or fourth match or something like that. I'm just remembering now because, as you'll see, plays will definitely shift from one match to another. But nonetheless, let's keep this short. Let's just get this started. It's going to be an Uber's match. He's running a ladder team, so the one where they buff up a lot and then baton pass it between pokes just to get one Pokemon really strong. He's running like a pseudo version of that, and I'm just running my my pre-Ubers team, which is holding a couple of OUs and an UU and stuff like that. So, I'm going to lead off with my Fortress as he leads off with his Mew. Now, at the time, I had no idea what this Mew was going to do, so I just want to go straight for the Earthquake in case he wanted to switch. But at this point, you know, in case he also went for Taunt, I was fearing that as well. He's going to go for Rock Polish. At this point, I'm just going to start setting up Toxic Spikes, seeing that he has nothing to get rid of them, unless that Excadrill has Rapid Spin. But at the time, it wasn't popular on Excadrill, so wasn't too concerned about it. Anyways, I got both layers up. I also know it's not going to be hitting a lot, but it'll serve me enough. Now, he's at +6 speed, which is really worrying me. I'm just going to go for the rocks now to break any possible sash he could pass this off to. And I'm going to switch into Hitmontop to try and ruin what he's going to do, as he does go for the Baton Pass, and he actually Baton Passes into a Smeargle. Now, at this point, I'm really fearing that this thing's going to go for Spore, but he doesn't know that I'm a triple priority Hitmontop. So I'm going to go for the Fake Out just to, you know, get a lot of damage on that thing. You know what? In hindsight, I probably could have just Mach Punched and one-shotted it, but I was really afraid that this thing had something crazy that I wasn't going to know about. So I just went for the safe Fake Out, Mach Punch, and I ruined his +6 speed setup. So ladder is broken. He's missing one piece of it, so I'm not too concerned. He goes into T-Tar to set up his Sand to threaten me out. At the same time, I'm thinking, okay, maybe my Mach Punch could take it out. I don't want to risk it. I want to win this Weather War. I'm going to go in Kyogre, set up my Rain, as he actually makes a double switch and goes into an Excadrill. Now, I kind of ruined his speed because I put up the Rain at the same time that he just wanted to start outspeeding everything of mine. I'm guessing he was kind of fishing for me to go for the Substitute or for a miss in the Hydro Pump, but I do hit him with a useless crit, so Excadrill is going to go down really early in the match, which was unfortunate for him. It could have been useful later on. But now he's going to send in this Garchomp, and again, no Sand Veil, so I'm not too concerned. At the same time, I'm thinking it's going to be Scarfed, so I'm just going to go into Fortress to check it, and he does hit me with a crit. It's not too painful though, and I think I'm specially defensive. So these outrages are, you know, for not being defensively built, they're still not going to do anything because it's a Fortress. And now I'm just going to go for the Rapid Spin to get rid of these Stealth Rocks, because I have, you know, if he brings in his Mew and wants to set up again, that's fine with me. I just don't want it to hit Fortress too much. Anyways, hits himself in confusion. I go for the Earthquake, get a crit, which actually does matter, because as you will see, the Toxic is actually going to be able to take his Garchomp. So, another unfortunate thing. He sends in his Dialga, and I just want to check. I'm thinking this thing has Flamethrower, because I also have a Celebi on my team, so I just want to check, and he does go for the Flamethrower. So, not an issue. I thought I was, you know, especially defensive. Maybe quad weakness in the Rain won't be too bad. I guess it is. He also has the Thunderbolt, so at this point, I'm just going to go for the Substitute, seeing as how that did next to nothing to me, but it will be enough to break subs, so I'm just going to go for sub just to check on it, and he is going to go for another T-Bolt, as I believe I fire off an Ice Beam, because Hydro Pump will not be doing as much. So at this point, this Dialga is kind of annoying me, so I'm going to make a switch out of here, and I'm going to go into my Giratina, and watch how much this Thunderbolt does. Next to nothing because it's a Giratina, but he gets the Parahacks, of course, you know, 10% chance it has to happen. Nonetheless, this is my Rest Talking set. Now he goes for Aura Sphere. I'm not exactly sure why. I asked him. There's nothing in the recording, but I'm guessing maybe he thought I would switch into someone else, but at this point I was pretty safe staying in. I was actually fearing a Dragon Pulse. Anyways, he goes for a crunch. He gets a crit, kind of making up for his Aura Sphere flub there, or as a misclick or whatever. I try going for rest, predicting that crunch, but I get Parahaxed, which sucks. And I also have a defense drop, so, you know, I wouldn't have been able to stay in for long. Anyways, so I'm just going to let his T-Tar bite me to death. And he's going to crunch my ghostly bones all night long. But, you know, between the toxic and everything, I'm having a lot of fun with this. I'm going to go into Hitmontop. Now, he's going for the focus punch, and this is funny, I go for fake out, which in hindsight, now that I look at it, I could have taken him out easily with the Mach Punch, but I made him flinch and lose focus. Kind of redundant, but anyways. I was, at this point, I'm probably thinking, you know, I don't know how bulky this Tyranitar is, so I just wanted to be really sure. I'm not too concerned about this Life Orb recoil plus the sand. You know, I have like 5 more shots at this point. Anyways, he sends in Dialga, and at this point, I don't want to go for the Mach Punch. I'm still fearing it. I'm just going to go to Kyogre to get my permanent rain up, and he is going to go for the Dragon Pulse, which is going to be enough to 2-hit KO me at this range of health. So I'm just going to let him finish me off with a T-Bolt. And I also set up the rain so that Celebi would be safe if it had to come back in, and he can't fire off flamethrowers. But I am going to go into Hitmontop now, and I'm going to go for the Fake Out again, just to be sure. I'm not worried about my health now. I still have 4 more hits left. And now I'm going to go for the Mach Punch, and that is going to take out Dialga because Technotop rocks. And at this point, all he has left is his Mew, but he's actually going to run because this Mew is a full support set, has no attacking moves, so he has no way of finishing off my team. So that's kind of unfortunate, but that's the first match. Good game, Tyrfing. Now I'm just checking the time here. Oh, we got tons of time, so I'm just going to quickly switch over here to go to the second match, and I specifically requested no music. Now, this was a few matches after the first match that we had with each other, so now we both know how we play. Exact same teams. You're going to see a switch on my side. You're still not going to see my full team. You're going to see him in parts at this point. But let's start this one. So same thing. I'm going to start off with my Fortress. He starts off with Mew. He's going to start off a little bit different. He's going to start going straight for Rock Polish, knowing that I'm going to start setting up since I know he doesn't have Taunt. So I get both layers of Toxic Spikes up very early without having to hit it, but he actually roars me out, which was okay. He's kind of ruined me to go for the Stealth Rocks. So now I'm in Neptune, and I'm just going to set up a sub knowing that he can't break it. But at this point, he's going to try and get his +6 speed going again. And I'm thinking he's going to go to Smeargle. So I'm just going to go for the Thunder, maybe trying to paralyze this thing. Because, you know, if it's slow, I have a chance of taking it out afterwards. But nonetheless, it was extremely risky since he has a couple of ground types on his team. So at this point, I know he's going to Baton Pass. So I send in Hitmontop to prepare. But he sends it into T-Tar, which was actually a very interesting play. So at this point, he's a +6 T-Tar. At the same time, I'm a Technotop, and I'm going, okay, I'm going to fake you out first of all, just to get the extra damage on you. Again, not fearing my health, because I don't fear it with Nemesis. Nemesis is the god of revenge, if you don't know what Nemesis means. But this is going to be revenge, because at that range, I'm going to go, okay, risking the Mach Punch, it does take out T-Tar's quad weakness. So, unfortunately, another ruined Baton Pass. But that's just me knowing what he's going to do. He goes into Garchomp. I know this thing is scarfed, so I'm going to send in Fortress to take whatever he's going to go for. And once again, he goes for the Outrage. Not going to get the first crit, which is nice. And at this point, I know he's stuck, so I'm going to take this opportunity to set up the Stealth Rocks after he hits me again with an Outrage. Now, he is going to get locked into the 3-turn Outrage. So, after this, when he hits me again, I'm just going to go for an EQ to get extra damage off on his Garchomp. Now, here comes the play of the match after I hit this thing, because I'm predicting him to switch into Excadrill, and I'm like, okay, he's going to do something crazy, he's going to switch into Excadrill, so I'm going to go for the Rapid Spin, predicting this, and look at that, Excadrill comes in, and the reason why this is important, because it's on a balloon, and I hit the Rapid Spin, and his balloon is popped, and you will see later on how this matters, because, like, that was huge in the match, like, him and I were like, wow, I can't believe this mattered. But it did. He sets up the Swords Dance. I have the rain up now. And since he doesn't have T-Tar, I have permanent rain. He has to switch out, learning his lesson from last time. He's going to switch in Mew as Death Fodder, as I'm just going to go for the Hydro Pump to finish off that Mew. So at this point, I've got control pretty much of the match. But he's going to switch into Smeargle now. Now I was thinking maybe it's going to go for the Spore. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch out, and I'm going to go into Celebi to be Spore Fodder since it has Natural Cure. But he actually goes for Taunt, and maybe he thought he'd be faster than Kyogre and stop the sub. But nonetheless, I'm going to go for the Earth Power, and he's actually going to go for the Nasty Plot. So, sadly though, I am going to be faster than him, so his baton passing shenanigans are not going to be too effective as I take out his Smeargle, but Celebi is, to be honest, going to wreck a lot of his team. He's going to send in Dialga now. Now, since I'm in the rain, that Flamethrower is really not going to do anything, so I'm safe just going for unboosted Earth Powers, because I believe, actually, I believe this is my Subseed. Let me see if I have leftovers. Do I have leftovers? No, I do not. Oh, this might be my Expert Belt one that I was using a while ago. Nonetheless, I get the second Earth Power off. Take out that Dialga. Now, here comes why it's important. Remember that Rapid Spin breaking his balloon? Well, now I can go for the Earth Power and take it out. I wasn't too comfortable with Giga Drain, even though it's Stab, but this was super effective, and I don't have to worry about an X-Scissor finishing me off. So, you know, that predicted Rapid Spin really ruined his Excadrill days. Nonetheless, I'm once again going to go into Fortress, knowing that this thing has to hit me with something that I can resist, barring Earthquake, but then at that point I can easily just switch into something like Giratina or even Celebi again, just to resist it. I'm going to go for the Earthquake, get the useless crit, and that is going to be the match. So, good games, Tierfing. Once again, guys, showing you how, you know, after a while when you play teams, you can kind of learn. I went from a 3-0 to a 6-0. Not because, you know, of skill levels, but it's also because, you know, you have to learn. I kind of predicted his team a lot more now, and I learned how it works. And, you know, that predicted Rapid Spin, I will perfectly be honest with, that was a huge play. So, to me, if you guys don't think it's important, that's your opinion, but to me, it was like, if I didn't get that and Kyogre wasn't safe, gee. I was impressed anyways. Nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed both battles. If you like this idea of double headers, leave a comment in the section below. Otherwise, comment, rate, and subscribe. If there's actually a specific tier that you want to see, or you know, something that you want to see in the ways of double headers, I know I can't do that Pokemon Team Builder and a match in the same recording, or do it in 2 parts, because apparently it's just too thick for my internet. I can try again, but again, I have to keep those team builders a lot shorter. So, nonetheless, I do have a few of these double headers set up. I'll do them once in a while. But otherwise, this was enjoyable. I think I can fit this all in one. Yes, I can. So I'm going to end it here. I hope everyone has an excellent weekend, and I will see you back on Monday. Peace.